Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie. For those who don't know me, reviewing Married at First Sight UK season 9? Whatever. Episode 3. Before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe and hit the bell, and leave a comment down below. This episode was chaos, was a mess, a hot ass mess. Wow. Let's get into it. So we're off to the honeymoons, and one of the couples, they've already consummated the marriage.
Biggest. Me and Eve have had sex.
I mean, if we don't fall in love here, then I don't know where else.
Listen, beautiful girl, my type. I think maybe going a wee bit slower would maybe be better for me.
Eve is very into Charlie, but she does say Charlie is a little bit full on. Charlie's pace is very fast. I'm not at the pace that she's at, but I do like her, so I would like her to slow down a bit. When you look at Charlie, this girl looks at Eve as if she wants to eat her for breakfast. I mean, she already has. She already has. Charlie, relax. Tone it down. The first day of the honeymoon is the only good day of the honeymoon because it just goes downhill from here. Kieran and Christina, on the other hand, are having a whale of a time. These two, they're just living their best life.
I haven't stopped smiling. I haven't stopped laughing.
I got what I wanted physically and in here.
Oh, that's so nice.
Over the moon. I've got a body like a melted candle. Well done.
I did ask for somebody tall, but everything else about you, like...
Makes up for me lack of height. For someone to say that, that's a big deal. And it was really, really nice to hear.
Kristen is growing on me. She is. She was a lot for me in the first episode. But, yeah, she seems sweet. I'm still waiting to see if the ball is going to drop with her. But for the most part, it seems like her energy has been consistent. He's okay with it, too. Like, he matches her energy. So that's great. They're going from strength to strength right now. She later tells him that she has PMDD, which she describes as a more severe version of PMS. She says that she starts to panic and self-sabotages. It's good that she is just saying it outright in the beginning, so when it shows up, he's not blindsided. And she's also not using it as an excuse. Like, it's something that she's clearly trying to manage. It's not like, oh, I have this thing, you're just gonna have to deal with it. Like, she's actively saying, like, I do try to manage it, but it is a thing that I do struggle with. He took it on the chin. He wasn't really bothered by it. He even said, like, well, you'll have to deal with my hairy bum. So leave it to Kieran to make a joke, child. But yeah, they're great. Casper is struggling with his wife because she is very full on. And then we later learn he's not into a fuller figured woman.
And I turned around and you were like, big smile,
Big
noise. She's a very positive person, very confident in herself and her body. I'm not feeling the sexual sparks that I was hoping to feel.
What's your usual type?
I rarely have gone for the curvier person.
But you don't think I'm sexy?
No.
Wow.
I can see why Emma's personality is overwhelming for Casper. I will give him that. However, at the altar, he had already written her off. So I don't think there's anything that she could do to really win him over because he's already like, no, it's not for me. So he could say all he wants. Oh, she's not my type. Oh, she has a big person. Oh, you already don't like her. So whatever excuse you give to me, it just sounds like an excuse. You don't want to try with this girl. They start to talk about preferences. He says that he typically goes for a slimmer woman. She is obviously not a slimmer woman, and she shares that she has insecurities when it comes to her body. So sucks to be partnered with this guy. It's kind of frustrating watching this because if he told the experts that he was open to anything, he obviously lied. And then if he told the experts he's into a slimmer woman, why would the experts set both of them up for failure like this? Like, that's not cool. There has been times where a guy did like a full-figured woman. I can't think of their names, but the one guy who ended up going for Whitney, the reason why it didn't work out with the big girl was not because she was big. It was because she was just a lot. Like, she was doing the most. So, yeah, you could find somebody who's into Emma's body type. Like, why would you do this? Yeah. Anyways, I mean, you like what you like. You can't force the guy to like her. So, I just want to remind everybody that at the reception, Casper's sister was like, these things that you're thinking, don't tell your wife. What does he go and do? Throws a tantrum because I'm not an idiot. I would never say that. And then does it. The exact thing that he threw a tantrum over, saying he's not an idiot, he would not do that. He then goes and does it. He does it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so bad. He told her point blank to her face, I don't find you sexy. I mean, she asked. He answered. So, all right. But yeah, this is rough. You don't have to be attracted to bigger girls. I mean, as a bigger girl, we already know we got a lot working against us, okay? But there's a way to say it, and he definitely did not handle it right. And I didn't expect him to handle it any better. Seeing how he reacted to his sister, I was like, yeah, this guy doesn't really process things well. He does not process things well at all, and he does not handle situations well at all. And here is a prime example. So Lacy is trying to give Nathan the benefit of the doubt after that rough reception, but he's not doing himself any favors.
He does make me laugh so much.
It's getting a bit tight. It's getting a bit restricted.
See if he can have a deep chat with me, you know? It's not always joking.
I feel like the most romantic thing I've probably done for someone. God, look at that fucking lizard!
Do you feel like you would be romantic with me?
It depends on the person. It depends on the person. Do you like flowers?
Would you water them? I got you flowers.
Yeah, I'd look after them.
Yeah, I'll get you flowers.
Do you feel closer to me a bit? How are you feeling?
Yeah, 100%. I think you're really cool.
Cool. Can I have a bit more than a cool?
Oh, yeah, got you.
I definitely need some more, you know, words than cool.
I get having ADHD. I totally understand it. My brother has it. Sometimes it is a challenge to talk to him. However, I do not talk to him like he's a child. And I feel like Lacy talks to Nathan as if he's a child because he's immature. Like, it's not even, like, I see the ADHD part. He is a little scatterbrained and stuff. But some of the stuff that he actually says, like the stuff that comes out of his mouth, is like, now, why did you think that was the time to say that? And why would you say that? Like, I don't know. I don't know, guys. Lacy is trying to lean in to the connection regardless of how she's feeling in the moment. And they talk about distance. They're going to be a long distance relationship if they decide to pursue things outside of the show. And then he's like, oh, are you okay with that? And she's like, yeah, it's fine. You know, I'll do long distance if the man is worth it. And then she asks, is it a problem for you that I don't drive? And then he asks her, well, why don't you drive? Huh? At the wedding, when you were focused on her dark features, she was trying to tell you that she not only has lost people through car accidents, she herself has been in a car accident and now has a debilitating fear of driving. Where were you? Yeah, it would be very frustrating for me meeting a stranger, trying to open up to them, and they're disengaged. Even understanding that he has ADHD, it would still be frustrating, you know? There's context to why he's maybe disengaged sometimes. Still frustrating. Still very frustrating. In this conversation, he asked the question. It's not like last time when she brought up the conversation. He asked the question and he's still disengaged. Like, come on, Nathan, put in some effort, sir. Apparently, Charlie and Eve had some explosive argument that led to doors being slammed, people yelling, and ultimately Eve decided to sleep for several nights in a different suite. Now, it's kind of pointless to go back and forth because they have the same conversation at least 4 times in this one episode. Basically, Eve feels like Charlie is too combative, and Charlie feels like Eve is too evasive.
I feel like you say that you want to, like, communicate and you want to talk about things. You go away, you go and sleep in another bed,
Do you ever think you're mean to me, Charlie?
No.
I do. I think you're snappy with me. I do, and I don't know why.
So you got up, you walked out, you slammed the door. How are you saying that that's my fault? You ran away again and went and slept in another room. Like, well, you said that you wouldn't do that again, and you left me alone again.
I'm not doing this.
It was interesting to me how Charlie said, I just want to help her. And my thing is like, help her do what? Like, you just met Eve. What could you possibly think you could help her on? She's a grown woman. You're a grown woman. Like, I wouldn't take it well if somebody's like, oh, I'm just trying to help you. Help? Huh? No. So if memory serves me correctly, she was abandoned by her father at quite a young age, and she felt like it was her fault. If that's not her, somebody correct me, but I feel like she's one of the people who did have that storyline. She also was building a connection with somebody, and then when she went for the first date or whatever, she was friend zoned immediately. Like, I think she has this thing of like feeling unloved, feeling unwanted. And so when she does see something that has potential, she just latches on really hard and is like, I'm going to keep you because I'm so afraid of losing you. But the tighter you hold on to somebody, the more they want to break out of it because you're suffocating them. And I feel like Eve in this moment, my thoughts about Eve start to change through the episode, but in this moment, I felt like you're suffocating Eve. Why would she want to talk to you if you are jumping down her throat every 2 seconds? Like, that's annoying. That's very annoying. And it seems to me like Charlie's trying to rectify something in her past that has nothing to do with Eve. Instead of trying to fix where things have gone wrong for you in your life, be in the moment right now with Eve, because Eve likes her. Eve is like, this is my type on paper. She's a good girl. Like, I want to be with this person, but it's just not working. Casper and Emma have another chat where they decide that they're going to put in the effort and work through the lack of attraction on Casper's side.
I want to make this work.
And so do I. We both sometimes don't think before we speak. But we're learning, right? We're both learning.
We are learning.
Right?
I'm feeling a lot more relaxed having chatted to Emma. It's a step in the right direction.
I feel a lot more secure.
Got you. Just know I'm not going anywhere.
I don't think you can work through an ick. Let me tell you guys a story, okay? So I was talking to this guy for like the last month or so or whatever, and he lives in a different province than I do. So we decided, listen, if we want to make this relationship work, like either I'll go there or you will come here and we'll see how things pan out in person. You guys, the minute the man came off the plane, this was 2 weeks ago, very fresh. The minute this guy came off the plane, I got the ick. And funnily enough, he reminded me of my brother. So I hear Casper when he's like, you remind me of my sister. Ew, I don't like it. I don't like it. This guy reminded me of my brother. I did not like it at all. There were other things too, but that was a big part for me. I couldn't work through. The whole weekend to me was ruined. He was here for 4 days. 4 days. And I just couldn't do it. I told him the morning of the second day, hey, no, not feeling it. And he still wanted to work through it or whatever. Nothing to, if anything, spending more time with him made it worse. Spending more time with him made it worse. So I hear Casper on it. I don't know if you could work through an ick. They're going to try. Give it a valiant effort. I mean, yeah, but I don't see it happening. He does admit in this conversation that he could have phrased things better. I do agree. He could have phrased things better. But at the end of the day, if you don't like the girl, you don't like the girl. Let's not force it. Lacy and Nathan talk again about the driving issue, and she drives the point home. Okay. That she needs him to be more present in their conversations.
I don't know if you was like aware. I just felt like your reaction was a bit cold.
It's easy for me to get a little bit distracted and that. I feel like my head was just a bit...
Yeah.
I can just go a little bit owl-faced, like I just like sort of daydream away. I apologise and like I'll switch on a little bit next time you mention anything that's sort of deep for you.
Nathan says he doesn't want to blame his ADHD, so he's going to make an effort to be more focused when they're having conversations. I wonder when he's not in this situation, this environment? Like, how does he focus with other people? Or is his attention so divided no matter who he's talking to, no matter the circumstance? Like, I can see being partnered with a stranger, the cameras, the intensity of the process. Like, I can see his ADHD like really kicking in, but I wonder outside of this process, how does he handle it? Because if he can just relay that to her, she can help him through it. She has experience with her sister having ADHD. Like, she can help you, but you gotta allow her to help you. Like, you gotta tell her, this is what I need in order for me to show up in this way. They do get along better now, and he even got her a necklace that had the Jamaican colors on it because she's part Jamaican, part Irish. And so she was like, oh my gosh, he does listen. He should at least know your ethnicity, girl. Like, at the least, he should know your nationality, your ethnicity. Come on. So I need the bar to be a little bit higher, but it's a step in the right direction. At this point, the only couple we can truly root for, or the only couple that I will truly be rooting for so far, is Kieran and Christina. These two, talk about a curveball. From goofy teeth to the strongest connection at the end of the honeymoon. I never expected it. I really didn't, but they match. They are two peas in a pod. Like, it works. It really does work. I hope they make it through the end of the experiment. Then the episode ends with, does it end like that, or did I just end my notes like that? Whatever. On the last night, Charlie and Eve try one last time to see if they can get along. And the answer is no, they cannot.
I feel like we do have something special. We just need to get past these teething issues.
Yeah, I agree. I do agree with that.
Oh, I feel so emotional. I'm really, really struggling. We haven't slept in the same bed the whole time we've been here.
I know. You got annoyed at me, so then I went away again. So then I'm like, right, I'll try with her again. Go back. You get annoyed. So then I'm like, I can't do this.
Every single time it got a little...
You shout and you get angry.
Exactly, and this is what you do. You just shut down when someone else tells you how they're feeling. Now you're going to do it exactly the same thing.
Yep.
Again.
Still shouting at me.
I'm not shouting.
So here is where the table started to turn for me regarding Eve. I do understand that when somebody is acting irrationally, when someone is acting the way that she describes Charlie has been acting, I wouldn't want to engage with them either. Fully agree. However, in this conversation, I did not see Charlie act the way that Eve has been saying she's been acting. So I wonder, are you just that conflict averse that any kind of conflict for you, whether it's calm or explosive, you just don't want any part of it? Like, is that the case? Because early in the episode, Charlie said, whenever I bring up my feelings, she shuts down. And we see it here in this moment. Like, I didn't see Charlie pipe up. I didn't see her yell at her. I didn't see her berate her. Like, I didn't see her do what Eve has been saying she's been doing. And Eve still shut down. And Eve still was like, no, I want to sleep in a different bed. So I'm just like, Eve? What's going on? Something about the name Eve. You can't trust them. I'm joking. But yeah, I got my eye on both of them. Both of them are a flight risk. Like, if one's not getting up and leaving, the other is. If one's not yelling, the other is. If one, it's just a mess. Charlie through the ring? Oh my gosh. What's going on? Anyways, we'll see what happens with these two. Don't even know if they'll be moving in together. They wouldn't be the first. There's couples who were like, yeah, don't like this person. It's never going to work. And so the first commitment ceremony, they decided to call it. I'm predicting that these two are going to call it if the experts don't push them to try for one more week. So we'll have to stay tuned and see how that goes. The next episode, another big girl is catching strays, y'all. Oh! What a rough season to be a chunky girly. Oh, we'll see what happens in the next two marriages. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.